What's going on, guys? We are back out on the range with the Staccato HD, but we sent it out to Vinny over at Monsoon Tactical and had him to do his Ghenghis Komp magic on it. So let's get into it. Before we get started, guys, I always like to give you full transparency on how we go about getting products here on the channel for review. So our buddy Vinny over at Monsoon Tactical, he has his Ghenghis Komp Porting Package, and we talked to him about offering it for the Staccato P4. He said he was already working on it and had all the programming, machining done. So we sent this out to him while we were in Japan, and we got it back once we got back. And now we're here on the channel shooting it. So Vinny did this work free of charge. He sent this out to us for this video. We're working together on trying to get more exposure for this porting package. I think you guys are going to like the footage that you watch in this video, but I always want to let you guys know how we go about getting the work or the products here on the channel. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the first rounds. Time for first rounds, guys. We got the Staccato HD back from Vinny over at Monsoon Tactical with the Ghenghis Komp, and also got a cool Staccato hoodie. They sent this out. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, Sean. This hoodie does come with the bag, though. If you look over here, the bag actually has a bullseye target on the back, so we got that clamped up there on the target, and we'll do our first shots on that thing. So shooting some SuperVel 115, and let's see how Vinny's magic feels in the hands. Here we go. Woo! Significant difference. The dot doesn't leave the window. Also running a Holosun 507 comp for this range session instead of the Aimpoint Acro, so a much bigger window. But let's go look at the hits. Vinny did tell me he remounted the optic, but I would have to re-zero. But that thing just felt good. Everything but one in the 9 ring. I'll take that. Oh, got one down here too. But yeah, that thing, it's returning right to zero. It's happening so quick that I don't even notice the dot coming up out of my field of view. I just see the dot the whole time. I've always noticed with the with the chug port Ghenghis Komp style that Vinny does, it's just a much more drastic and violent recoil reduction in the front. Like if you've ever taken a gas pedal or a thumb ledge or anything and just overdrove the gun, it's very easy to do because it mitigates the recoil like that versus it being kind of like just a smooth reduction in recoil. I prefer this. I like the hard dump at the end. It's kind of like Vinny likes. He likes to make guns that go fast, and that's what kind of makes sense with this. So I'm gonna have Marco shoot his first rounds and see what he thinks. But yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of the chunk port and the Ghenghis Komp since I met Vinny and since I saw that stuff coming out, and glad to see that he's bringing it to the HD platform.
So round 2 with the Staccato HD, we got it ported now. Should be good. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah, immediate return on the front end, which is what I like personally on my comp guns. Just the front end just dips back immediately after the trigger pull. So, which is good.
Look at your hits.
That's me just getting loose. Want to go fast, but
It's like significant. Like you can, like we don't have another HD to shoot side by side, but just remembering how it was before to now, like you can feel it.
Yeah. This is me driving it back with too much power. You don't have to do much because I was overdriving the thumb.
Right.
So it's immediate dip, but me pushing it down, that dip pushes it down more. Shoots super good though, especially that 115 grain.
All right, well, of course we got wind today, but let's see what kind of groupings we can get at 25. You guys know the drill. We are 25 yards out, and I got the phone recording downrange. Got a little bit of wind, but we're gonna see what kind of groups we're still getting with the Staccato HD. And I did switch out, like you guys asked, some Spear Gold Dot. So 124 grain. I got a pretty solid 0. So let's see how it groups for you guys on camera in the shoot and see target. Here we go. Ready, Marco? Yep. All right, let's go take a look. Dan had the target, guys, and it looked like the shot pattern was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, the wind is going to play a factor here, but furthest to furthest, center to center, 1.5 inches there. So that's awesome because when we shot the initial video on the HD, the best grouping we were able to get was 2 inches. When I did my zero, it had a little less wind, and it was just over an inch underneath this target. So I think that inch groupings with some Spirit Gold Dot, like some of you recommended, it's probably going to be your best bet for this setup. I am happy to see, though, that we're still getting 1.5 inch group after. I don't have the gun; it's back there at the table. But with Vinny's Ghenghis Komp, we don't have any deviation with our grouping. So 1.5 inch group with the Ghenghis Komp in this crazy wind, and I am definitely happy with that. I don't really care so much that I have a spread out group because of the wind, but the fact that the furthest is 1.5 inches, I'll take that all day long. Hey, let's do some bill drills, guys. 7 yards out, C-zone steel. Here we go. Got a 177. First shot was a 9.4. Best split was a 15. And let's see. That probably would have been 4 Alpha, 2 Charlie. These guys probably would have been the outskirts. But I'll take that. Defensive shooting, that's what I want to see. Woo! 162. Got a 14 split in there. First shot was a 8.8. And that's definitely 5 Alpha, 1 Charlie. A little bit of trigger freeze there. Still got a 181. First shot 9.7. Best split was a 14. That is definitely 3 Alpha, 3 Charlie. Maybe 4 Alpha. Look at them hits. Got a little line breaker there. Let's go a couple more times. Nice little string there. 168. 15 was the best split, and 8.6 for the first shot. So Marco, the more and more I do like these, just specifically like today, I just feel like 168. That's I think back to when I first started. That's blazing now, but like this feels just like when I would go do trainings with you. You always talk about like pushing to failure.
Yeah.
Because now it just feels like
Natural.
Yeah.
It's casual.
So guys, when we get ported or compensated guns on the channel, I like to take 3 different grains of 9mm and shoot it for you guys in some super slow-mo footage, and just to kind of see how the recoil looks in super slow-mo. So I got a mag loaded up, 115, and then 124s, and then 147s. So let's see how it looks. First up, 115s. Next up, 124s. Last set of 4 are the 147s. Now you guys comment down below which one looked the softest to you. Completely honest, they all felt pretty similar. I want to say maybe the 124s are where I noticed a little bit more of recoil reduction, but they pretty much all felt the same. We were shooting the SuperVel Hush Puppy 147s, their subsonic ammo, the SuperVel 124s, and then the 115 are range ammo the 115 Certified Select Reman. Now, Marco, let's have you do a doubles demonstration for the audience and kind of explain to them with having, you know, this Ghenghis Komp here, how is that beneficial to you for like splits, doubles, stuff like that?
It'll basically just help you out as far as keeping the rounds on target, meaning the gun will immediately dip down to where you shot, so the dot will never leave the window, which is nice, meaning you can shoot the targets faster. That's just an advantage all around, just you're getting rounds downrange, more accurate, faster.
And you said for you would probably use this in 2-gun over USPSA because it puts you in open in USPSA, which there's just better guns for open division.
There's better open guns out there, like full-on open guns, like built like F1 cars.
But for 2-gun, you like it?
2-gun mainly, this is good because it's a standard size gun with the port, meaning it's good for that open division in a duty style holster because you're doing a lot of different movement, shooting positions, stuff like that, and you get the recoil benefits.
All right, well, let's see how it looks for time and your splits. Here we go. Stand by. Nice. You got 15 splits. And then kind of break down your first, your second shot and what this means for you.
1, 2, 1, 2. Just very easily.
So on your first one, where's the first shot at?
It is this one, the widest.
Okay, so that's 1 and then 2.
Yep.
So you're going down then up.
Yep.
And is that boom, the recoil, and then you're breaking the second shot there?
So
okay.
This is me breaking the shot too early, meaning I didn't wait for it to settle as quickly as I should have. But this is basically a good spread to get measurement. You can definitely dial it down. I do not like the grip on this gun, to be honest with you, but it shoots good. So.
Yeah, that V up at the top of the safety, I'm noticing.
This
like,
thing it's killing me.
Definitely eating the crap out of my hand. So we talked about it in the first video, but you know, now we're pushing closer to 800 rounds total to this gun, and you just start to notice more things. And for what I'm talking about, guys, like on the Staccato 2011, this isn't as fat up here, and it doesn't V out like this. Like this bulge and this right here, that's what's causing this, and then it's also causing us to bump the safety. So, and that's just us. Like I'm so used to shooting 1911, 2011 grip angles, and I think the angle's the same, but as far as the angle here of how the safety protrudes out, that's different, and we're noticing it more. And Marco and I have both shot the crap out of 2011s, 1911s, and we're just used to it being thinner up there until you can actually ride on top of the safety. Whereas here, when we're trying to ride the safety, it's really digging right there, and then you end up being here, which halfway bumps it, like it was doing for us when I was trying to run those build drills.
Yeah, it's quite the nuisance.
But for you guys out there that like if you're coming from a Glock or something, it's probably going to be pretty familiar with the thicker grip up here and stuff like that. And I understand where Staccato's going with this. However, me personally, and I can speak for Marco on this, we just prefer the former Staccato grip or the former STI when it was, you know, just taking 2011 mags. I prefer that one.
Same. Just get a 2011.
All right, guys, we're going to jump into final thoughts, but real quick, before we do, I want to make sure you guys know, we do have dedicated Staccato HD holsters now, guys. We were able to get these done in about 3 weeks. I was going to take about 4 to 6, but luckily we were able to get them done a little quicker. So if you are in need of a holster for the new Staccato HD, with or without a weapon light, you're going to be good to go. QVOtactical.com. We do manufacturers holsters here in Las Vegas. You're going to come with multiple points of adjustable retention. This is done with one of the fabric overlays we offer, which this one's the Audi Gear Poppies of War. Our secondary on the waistband holster does mate up to the QLS platform from Safariland. It'll also work with the Blade Tech and a bunch of other hangers, as we have a pretty universal block out that we use, so you can run, you know, pretty much every hanger that's on the market. But if you're in need of a holster, guys, definitely hit us up. We appreciate the support. And yeah, now let's jump into final thoughts about the Ghenghis Komp, and then we'll get into the other stuff we were talking about that we've noticed with a second range chip with the HD. So, Ghenghis Komp. I love Vinny's work, man.
Always.
Vinny kills it. It made this gun so much more enjoyable to shoot. I was griping. I'm still griping about it. I'll bring in some close-up now. My hand's eating to shit. But just the way that Staccato V'd this grip out as it comes to the safety. Marco noticed something new today, and I was just feeling it again. But it doesn't hurt as bad with this porting package. It makes it such a softer, flatter shooting gun. But yeah, after, you know, I think we're 350, 400 rounds in today. Definitely ate up my hand. You guys will see here in the B-roll. But Vinny kills it. I definitely think it's worth it. Me personally, I know some of you out there are like, hey, does it void the warranty? Yes, it does void the warranty. So if that's something that you're not willing to do, it's not something you want to look into. You're going to want to wait for a ported or factory comp option from Staccato. But I want to say this goes anywhere from like high 300s to high 400s, depending on, you know, Cerakote packages you pick. That's the other thing. Your slide's DLC, well, it's going to end up being Cerakoted after Vinny cuts into this area here. So if that's something that you're not, a fan of either, then again, you might not want to go that route. But I think for the money, for being sub $500, I think it's an awesome upgrade, especially if you do some of the cool stuff. Vinny does full, stippling packages, full custom tricked out guns. I just wanted him to do his Ghenghis Komp Porting Package for this, and that would be closer to the high 300 side. I know he's got a lengthy lead time, but what's cool about his lead time, he doesn't have you send in the slide till you're like 2 weeks out. So you're not without your gun until it's ready until it's in queue and ready to be machined. So I think that's a really cool system that he's got set up. But if you pick up a P4, I definitely think it's worth looking into. If you like the P4 and it's shooting well for you and you want it to shoot even better, I think the Ghenghis Komp is definitely the way to go. Yeah, I mean, it made, for me shooting bill drills, it just felt, it was much easier just to like repeat the shots because like you were saying, the dot just doesn't move.
More natural. You gotta work less.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect way to put it.
You gotta work less.
What do you think about the Ghenghis Komp?
I love it. As always, all my guns are, even my carry guns are ported, so might as well cheat to win, right? So otherwise, yeah, same issue. The grip, I think it's just killing me. It's a giant nuisance. I'll be honest. Like I would not use this gun. I'd just use a standard 2011, just because that is literally gonna hammer all day long.
And I don't know if that comes from us just shooting. Like I started with 1911, so it might be it, but it's a noticeable problem for me. Right now, I'm gonna have Marco here. I'm gonna switch sides with you so you can point the gun that way, and he's gonna demo something. We'll bring it up here close on B-roll, but
you can essentially you're supposed to ride the safety anyway when you're holding these guns, but if you squeeze hard enough just on the back end, like you're tensioning the web of your hand there, safety will go up. That's why some people, and even us, have been getting possibly the it's like not a hammer fall, but the hammer goes down halfway because you're meeting the safety when it's halfway up while trying to pull the trigger. So it's giving you like a half.
I got a bunch of trigger freeze today with it, trying to run the gun as fast as I could.
That's probably what the cause is. The more harder you grip at that web, the more that wants to go up like that, as you can see there. I'm not even, it's just pressing it slightly and going up. But other than that, if you keep a good tension on the thumb, it's still one of the things to watch. Just one of the things to keep an eye on. So.
I am wondering down the road if somebody will end up, offering a service to kind of just shave this in. I'm not really seeing the need for Staccato to have this wide opening here. I'm kind of curious to why it couldn't be the same as their 2011 previously. Like the internal dimension for the Glock pattern magazine would stay the same. Like I'm not feeling anything that would go in there. So I bet you if they could figure out a way, so like as I squeeze, as you just squeeze harder on the gun, the safety wants to go up. And I know people in the comments were having that issue as well. But today I got trigger freeze after trigger freeze when I was just trying to like go as fast as I could. So it's definitely something I'm not a fan of, and I hope that there's some type of service out there that will change that up. But for me, I still love Staccato guns, but just for me, it's the original 2011 that I prefer. That's the reason I have so many of them. But again, I don't think it's something that most people are going to notice if they're coming over from like an M&P or a Glock.
Yeah, probably not, because it's first kind of 2011 platform-ish.
So we noticed, we have a friend, she's starting to shoot more 2011s, and her grip isn't the same. Like she'll be under the safety, and that's coming from the striker fire, not used to having to bring your thumb up higher and right on top of this. And it kind of makes it difficult to do with how much wider that gets here, and then you end up squeezing, and then it pops up like that. So, but things we're noticing as we do, I'm not sure. I don't remember how many rounds we did in the first video, but add, another 400 to it, another 350 to 400 today. And
it's probably close to 1,000. Probably getting there.
The more and more you shoot your guns, guys, the more when you notice stuff. Definitely encourage you guys to get out to the range and train, find the gun that you like, and spend more money on ammo. We're fortunate enough that we can shoot all these different guns. We do sell quite a few holsters. We did buy this gun, so keep that in mind. We do appreciate Vinny, getting this work done for us. I think if you pick up one of the P4s, this is a must. Like night and day difference in my opinion. We didn't have a stock one to show you comparison of the recoil reduction versus ported versus not ported, but when you look at the slow motion footage shooting all 3 different grains, it just felt, it's like best way to describe it's like a 22 plus P.
Yeah,
it's awesome. 9mm is already a great low recoil round, but why not make it better? I know there's people out there like, oh, it's 9mm, you don't need to port it. Well, if you can make it even better, why not? So
take every advantage you can. Might as well, especially if you can afford it.
Vinny, congrats on this, man. came out beautiful. It shot amazingly. We appreciate it. Guys, if you have any questions, you know, leave them down below in the comment section. Yeah, we kept everything pretty much the same. We did change out the optic, but same weapon light, same, you know, this is our thumb cliff. If you guys are wondering what this metal piece is coming off the X300, it's a prototype metal one. If you guys want to see metal ones, we might bring them to market, but classic ones work just as great. But yeah, holsters, ammo, everything. Ask questions. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Marco, appreciate you coming out, dude. But as always, we'll see you in the next one.